Tonight, broadcasting live from our studios here at QUT in Kelvin Grove, the brand new TV show featuring film, arts and culture. It's time for Late Night ViewPoint.
Hello and welcome to this very special live broadcast edition of Late Night ViewPoint. I'm your host, Jackson, and we have a show full of the latest points of view about film, arts and culture from around the world with a special look at what's happening right now here in beautiful Brisbane. And joining me tonight on my left is Eliza and Harry, and on my right, please welcome Venice and Melina. Okay, let's get started on Late Night ViewPoint with our first topic, e-scooters. Great idea or just too dangerous?
Way too dangerous.
Really?
Way too dangerous. Yeah, I had a close friend of mine come off an e-scooter. Unfortunately, fell into a wall, ended up in hospital. So yeah, that was pretty brutal.
Ouch.
Yeah, but she still rides an e-scooter occasionally, and I do as well.
Oh, it's sweet.
So yeah, I think you need to know the risks for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you two?
You go.
I definitely think they're pretty handy. They're obviously there's always risks around motored vehicles and stuff like that, but like just getting to uni, like that kind of middle distance where you don't want to drive, but it's too much of a walk, e-scooters are just really handy to have. They're pretty cheap as well, very accessible, so I definitely don't think that they should get rid of them. But just with all these injuries and like people damaging stuff like that, I think maybe harsher penalties or fines. A lot of people don't wear a helmet when they're riding. That's where all the injuries kind of come from. So I think just you go.
Yeah, I think at the moment people aren't taking it very seriously. It's kind of like a few years ago when people wouldn't wear seatbelts or they'd just put their kids in like the back of trucks and stuff. I think like as time goes on and people actually do get seriously hurt, like your friend, people are going to take it a lot more seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe even like a review of like how. I know that safety term and conditions come up when you unlock an e-scooter, but maybe even like getting a form of license where you have to do like an induction that kind of educates you a bit more about the risks would probably be useful.
Yeah, definitely. Especially when there are so many people that are using e-scooters, I feel like recklessly using e-scooters are quite young and they don't really understand the road rules, but they're still on the roads. They're not like giving signals, they're speeding. They're like modifying these e-scooters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be worth reducing the speed limit that the e-scooters can actually reach, because there is a speed limit on them, but what you can do on the scooters is quite a bit higher, I believe.
Yeah, like for all you know, they could be attaching like, I don't know, like rocket blasters to the scooters and it's like speeding down the road on the highway. That would be sick, not gonna lie.
That would be cool.
I would love to watch that.
I think they're doing that with like more like electric bikes and stuff, so I think it'd be quite easy to do it to e-scooters as well.
Definitely, yeah.
Well, speaking of transport, that's one of the many things people struggle with, especially during the cost of living crisis. Like people can't afford homes and that's just helping with damaging their finances, especially their education. And do you guys got any tips on how to survive?
Yeah, well, with transport, I definitely would not be able to afford a car, like with all the insurance and gas, like the gas and all the things that you need to pay for a car, and God forbid it like break down, I would not be able to afford that.
Oh yeah.
But
It's a big struggle. Yeah. I was gonna say like transport is such a hard one because luckily we've had like bus fares change, so I think that's a really good thing for people who are struggling with transport. But buses don't go everywhere, which is a really hard one.
Yeah.
I think
Petrol prices.
Yeah, petrol prices.
Oh Lord.
Pretty crazy.
I'm from the Sunshine Coast, and where I live, fuel was like $1.70, whereas up here it's over $2 a litre. So I just really avoid driving in Brisbane.
Yup.
I think another big cost is like groceries. So I use a lot of like produce apps and stuff, so I can get discounted groceries, which is amazing. There's apps where you can buy like a mystery bag of food. It's like the end of the day kind of stock that they don't want to throw out. So that's a great way of saving for me.
Yeah, I definitely would. Anytime I can, I'd go to Aldi before ever going to Woolies because the price difference is crazy, and I save so much money going there.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll go to the food bank at QUT. Is really helpful. You can only go once a month, and they give you like a certain like 10 or so items that you get to select. and that really helps just kind of take a little bit of pressure off paying for food and groceries.
Yeah.
I should definitely use these tips. My grocery bills are pretty expensive.
Yeah.
these days,
Yes,
so.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like the convenience of being able to go to the Woolies and get stuff is why people pay the money.
Yeah.
Going
Yeah.
out of your way to like source out cheaper groceries like takes time, and you need to have the knowledge. So I think a lot of people get stuck on that part.
Yeah,
Mm.
I agree.
Agreed, yeah. Whew. Anything else? Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? There's also another topic that I do like to talk about. Should all universities be free?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Short answer, yes.
Yes.
But I do wonder if it was to be free, it would probably be funded by taxpayers' dollars. And I would want to ask you guys, what would you be willing to give up if uni was free? Like,
Yeah.
would you want to give up free and like
I guess it'd affect like our 50 cent
Transportation,
shares
yeah,
that we
yeah.
have and stuff like that. All those little goodies that the government throws out because we are like students and all those extra little, you know, kind of pleasures that we have.
Yeah.
I guess if we lose stuff like that, like the 50 cent fares, then in the long run, it's not as much as having to pay the however much, 30, 40, 50 grand to go to uni. But obviously that affects a lot of other people because us not paying for university means they need income somehow. So likely through taxpayer money, which just means people who are 40, 50, your parents who are done with uni, done all that, they're going to have to now pay more taxpayer money,
Yeah.
which kind of affects them. They've already dealt with their uni and everything, and all of a sudden they're paying
It's
more.
such a big issue. Like there's so many different elements to it. Like I firmly believe that education isn't a privilege; it's like a right for people. And having such big debt can be a big, I guess, stress for people who don't come from a financially strong background. So they might decide not to go to uni, which I think it's sad. Like people should be able to go to uni, whether it's free or at a reduced cost. At the moment, $30,000 is insane. Like that's a crazy amount of money. You know, especially from an arts perspective, like getting a job, it's not linear. You're not on a salary straight away. So yeah, it's definitely hard.
So yeah, now on to the audience. So who here wants to ask a question? What about you?
Hey, so just back on cost of living, how do you think it's going to change in the years coming up to the Olympics?
Ooh, I reckon it's going to increase in my opinion. Like, there's no hope of it decreasing. Like, it's going to be like millions and millions more expensive. Like, I heard like the smallest home, like even with the horrible bathroom, costs like maybe like $900,000.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The bathroom's horrible.
Yeah.
$900,000.
Yeah, that like the rent that people are paying for like the quality of housing that they're living in is like it's not okay. And like the more people that are coming to Brisbane, heading towards the Olympics, I think the further people are going to be pushed out to the suburbs, which you know, it affects their public transport. It affects how much they're paying for fuel. Like it's such a knock-on effect. So yeah. It's going to be interesting for sure.
Especially around the Olympics when, I mean, Airbnbs are already insanely popular, but as more people are tourists here and need those Airbnbs, there's a lot less rentals.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's time to wrap up now. Well, yeah, it is time to wrap up now. Well, we are out of time already, so please thank my... All right, so yeah, actually, one more thing. Feel for 40. So yeah, we still got, what about the food? So, about the food, yeah. So yeah, about the cost of living.
No, it's really interesting because like the question from the audience, I didn't even think really about how the Olympics would be affecting my rent, especially because of the rent that I'm paying at the moment. My budgeting is okay at the moment, but I will probably have to be moving to somewhere
Oh,
a
sorry,
bit
now it's
cheaper.
time to wrap up. Well, we're out of time already, so please thank my wonderful guest, Harry, and everyone else, and yeah.
Cool, yeah, thanks guys.
Thank you,
Appreciate that.
Jackson.
It's really
Thank
good.
you.
Wow,
Yeah.
it was so great talking with you guys.
Yeah. I assume someone was like yelling in your ear and stuff like that.
Someone said
Yeah.
like 40 seconds and I'll be like, wait.
Yeah.
If someone said like 40 seconds, I've been like,